Hi folks, welcome back to episode 6 of our Citizen Sleeper gameplay. I am so ready to keep this story going. I'm really glad last time that I didn't go for broke and like lose everything. I was like really cutting corners to get that shit mined. So yeah, I'm excited to get another one and hopefully we can help out this neoband thing going on. I know with Ethan we need to help him out. Hopefully we can get him on our side. So yeah. Hopefully what's not gonna happen is that we help Ethan and he continues to ask us to help him. Like Feng. Feng needs to take this tracker out of my body. It's getting annoying. And we do have some good rolls this time. Alright, so let's see what we can do. Let's cross the greenway. The music's just so good in this game. Ooh, you know what? We should hunt for that guy. Search for signals. Nice. So we just need literally 3.5 more. Roll. What? I'm not even speaking English right now. Oh, and we can't talk to Feng, so we'll do that by the end of the day or the end of this cycle. We don't have a lot of money. Forgot about that. Shipyard is about to have its raffle, basically. All right, let's go back to the compressor club. All right, we'll finish that next cycle. Should do something for money. I know we have Rabiah's office we can go to. Like ties. I feel like I should do this one just to get some energy back. Because I don't have a lot of money making opportunities right now, I think. I think I can work the that's right. I can work the greenhouse. Maybe we should go do that. Oh, and I forgot we can't collect mushrooms too. Let's just try it. Maybe we'll go to a roll cap or two. Some energy, but no caps. Interesting. So maybe that's like the top thing we can get from that. Okay, let's go help out on the farm stacks. Alright, let's go talk to Feng. When you enter the service dock, Feng is already set up, crouched among stacks of equipment. He's leaning over a terminal, bathed in a blue glow. He looks totally at home. Sleeper, what do you think? Turns out not everyone in Haven Age is set against me. A couple of my old systems pals managed to ship me some of my old gear. He gestures at the pile of blinking hardware. Nice kit. Feng does a mock bow. What are we looking at? One massive smoking gun? He raises his eyebrows. Feng beckons you over. He has a set of scans of the wastes on his terminal, with heat maps of activity overlaid. A chunk of the derelict rim is blotchy with bright red and orange marks. Does this look like a wasteland to you? Feng shakes his head. There's hundreds of Conway machines out there, all lined up in concealed hangars, and a whole underground facility to support them. Hardin has got a crew out there putting them together. They must have shipped them in piece by piece, through the shipyard, ready for assembly out here. Why? They're planning something. No one needs hundreds of heavy-duty reclamation drones to run this kind of operation. Reclamation drones? I mean, maybe they're trying to make a pass at reclaiming this for their corporation? Maybe Hardin masked this whole thing as an effort to clean up the wastes, but there's no way this is about pulling scrap off the eye. Feng looks worried. And why is Conway in the mix? I bet no one in Haven Age knows another corporation is setting up on the station. So, Haven Age is another corporation? Things are a little confusing to me here, but it's okay. They aren't stupid either. These scans are the best info I can get. The wastes are cut off from the ice cloud and networks, and the greenway is a total dark zone. No data could come in or out. We can't hack them? We can't from here. He turns and winks. That's why I'm going to pay them a visit. How? You forget, Haven Age can't... Whoop. Haven Age come in and out of their all cycle. Comes. Okay, that's a little typo, I think. You forget, Haven Age comes in and out of their all cycle. I should be able to get in. As long as no one I know sees me. He grimaces playfully. But I need you on the outside to help disable security systems and cut me a pathway through. There's no cloud access, but if I can get inside, I can open up nodes in their network and we can work in tandem. It's a massive facility buried deep down there. Miles of corridor and bitways wrapped around cargo bays and hangars, so it'll take more than a few cycles to work through it. But as long as you can keep them off my back, I know I can rip what we need out of there. He pulls a handful of ripper worms from his pocket and hands them to you. These are the last of my little helpers I managed to salvage, so make them count. I modify them slightly. This time they'll feed their data threads back into the system that they're tunneling into, creating a nasty little feedback loop. You run it just like we did with the agents. Hack the nodes, I ping to locate the ports for the security system, and slot the worms in those systems and let them go to town. He points to a fuzzy silhouette of the buried facility on the terminal. Here's an entryway. This is where you can get access and slot the first worm. That'll fry their perimeter systems and get me past the first cordon. What I need from you is to keep your eyes on the facility after you kick things off. You see me pop up a security system, a server bank. You need to break in and slot a ripper to disable it as soon as you can. If I can't? Feng gives you a hard look. You miss the system, you wait too long, they're gonna find me. Simple as that. He claps you on the shoulder. I need you focused on this one, so I'm going to let you fire the starting gun. I won't go until you slot that first worm. Interesting. I'll leave a tracker running on the terminal here, so come back here if you want to see my progress. He affectionately pats the top of the screen. Got it. Don't worry, you can run rings around the protocols. I've seen it. Feng gets up. It's all in place. You just need to make your own preparations and slot that worm. He stretches. Just don't wait too long. I'm getting bored of all this sneaking around. Once I'm inside, I'll get the proof we need to end this whole thing, no matter what. He crouches to check the terminal. We can't take longer than 6 cycles on this thing, remember that. Oh, God. He stands up. Oh, and one last thing, he lowers his voice. If I get caught, or you can't reach me, or we run out of time, there's one thing I need you to do. What? You take whatever I managed to pull at that point, all that data, and you slot the stuff straight into the relay I've set up here. He points into a pile of servers and terminals hooked into the dock with cables as thick as your arm. I've repurposed the dock's SOS broadcast system to beam out whatever you put in it. Anyone with a terminal, a slate, or a server on the eye will see it. That means Haven Age, Octagon, the hub, everyone. Interesting. No matter what, Harden isn't sneaking away this time, he grins. Snaking. I got a bit more to do here, but the moment you slot that first worm, I'll make my move. He gives you a parting smile and turns back to the terminal. The nurse hit you as you make your way out of the service dock. Time to prepare yourself. Well, that's a little daunting, I must say. Okay, let's head back. Got 4. I'll have 4 more for this next cycle. And don't forget about the... Okay, so Overlook Bar, we still can help out. Still, and then we've also got the shipyard. I think that's in one day? Yes. Well, there was another thing here too, no? Perhaps I was wrong. Oh wait, yeah, there is. There's the yes, it's moving to the hub. And that reminds me, I wanted to see if the hub here had any hackable stuff as well. I'm interested. Forgot to check. Indeed it does. Keynotes. Alright, interesting. Oh, and there's only 2, so you know, one of the hunters up here. Let's go to bed. Ooh, this is a terrible roll. Okay. Lem and Mina, let's go see what's going on with them. The crowds have already gathered by the time you get to the shipyard, and you recognize faces among them, people you have worked alongside on the side wheel. The intervening cycles have turned their excitement to anxiety, and few of them smile at you. Instead, the nervous energy of the crowd fills the space, creating a feedback loop of growing tension. You pick out Lem and Mina and work your way over to them, pushing through the crowd. He silently raises his eyebrows at you, his anxiety obvious, but Mina flashes you a huge smile, unaware of the tension. "Robot!" she shouts, reaching out to you. Hug her. She gratefully accepts your hug, leaning against your chest, and Lem smiles, seemingly glad to share the weight of Mina for a moment. I just want us to be like, I don't know, non-binary robot, Lem, dad, like, we just raised this girl together. That's what I really need right now. Mina's such a little sweetheart. And I hope they can get off this freaking, I don't know, scrap heap, whatever. Quite the turnout, huh? Lem glances around, pulling Mina close. I don't think patience is one of this crowd's strengths. Sound of an argument towards the back catches you and Lem's attention. He's putting it lightly. This place seems set to explode. This isn't good. Lem doesn't dare answer, but the look in his eyes suggests he agrees. This is Aster Inghard of the Celis Foundation. The announcement echoes from the speakers at the shipyard entrance, and shouts of quiet rapidly follow. I'm sorry I can't be there to meet you all, and thank you on behalf of the Cinder Celis for the work you have done on the sidereal horizon. Most of the crowd strains to see Aster's face, but the small display shows only a ghostly white figure, smudged and unclear. But he's about to tell all these people off right now. Cinder wanted me to pass on her personal thanks for your commitment to and belief in the Celis Foundation's mission. We chose the Eye for this project because we knew what we would find like-minded individuals here, especially among the ranks of the venerable Haven Age Association. Unlike most of the core, we neither believe Erlen's Eye to be a threat or a rogue state, but instead an embryo for the formation of a new, decentralized social structure, one where each citizen might be the master of their own destiny. A ripple of impatience runs through the crowd. They didn't come here for a sermon. Normally when they say that, a master of their own destiny, it sounds like capitalism's about to run amok. Let's go on. You're all pioneers, just like those core citizens who the sidereal horizon will carry in cryosleep to the planet that will become the Foundation's first frontier world called Celis 1. At the mention of the destination world, excited conversations break out among the workers. There, our citizens will be able to create their own innovative bottom-up economic order aligned with principles set down by Cinder Celis herself: freedom, resilience, and self-sustenance. This is all thanks to your tireless efforts in the Haven Age Yards. And where's all that production gonna go to? All that extra sustainable stuff they make. I wonder. As a reward for those efforts, you may know that we are offering a select group the opportunity to join the caretakers of this vision, the staff of the Sidereal Horizon who will maintain the vessel during its multi-decade transit through interstellar space. Lem turns to you, his eyes bright. This is it. This draw has been performed at random by the central AIs of the Foundation and is final and binding. Please note, only licensed contractors of the Foundation are eligible for this draw. I know you have all been eagerly awaiting this day, and without further delay, I will now read the Celis identification numbers of those chosen for this great honor. Here we go. A murmur runs through the crowd. Celis identification numbers? Licensed contractors? You've never heard the term mentioned. Is there something you were supposed to be assigned? You glance at Lem, but his eyes are fixed forward, wide and shimmering. All around you, people are speaking in hushed tones like a rising wave. Aster starts reading out sequences of numbers and letters, and panic begins to set in. No one seems to know what is happening. Somewhere near the front of the crowd, someone shouts in celebration and everyone pushes forward. Lem? You turn to see Lem still staring forward. Mina's scared now as the shouts start. Daddy? Someone throws something at the entrance and it rattles against the shipyard doors. You see for the first time, Haven Age security stood on either side, scared, arguing between themselves. You feel the anger rising in the crowd. Lem, let's go. He doesn't move. They might call out names. I can't. Mina tugs at his dog tags. It's not happening. Lem blinks rapidly and then turns to you. He opens and closes his mouth and looks down at Mina. He sees the fear in her eyes and understands. It's time to go. You lead Lem and Mina out, shoving people aside. As you do, you hear the sound of scuffles emerging at the front of the crowd, of metal canisters bouncing off the shipyard walls. You keep your head down and walk away, the sound of Aster reading off the ciphers echoing above the chaos like some strange mantra. When you turn to Lem, there are tear tracks running down his cheeks. And Mina sniffling into his jacket. You feel the sadness rising in you too. They screwed you. Screwed all of you. You were never even on the list. The feeling is as unpleasant as it is familiar. You stare ahead into the tunnel as the security sirens sound out, a signal for the coming violence. Wow. wonder if I can go talk to them now. Lem and Mina's unit, cycle clock. There's a note on the door of the unit. Sleeper, gone to find work. Lem. Alright. Let's get some stuff done, I guess. So we can go to the compressor club. We're gonna be able to work this out. Ooh. Overlook bar. Let's do the engineer. Oh my god. Got a random scrap item. I think what I really need to do is cross the greenway. Get that Monet. Oh, we do need to go see if I can start this stuff over here. Okay, let's start. Ripper worm. As you slot the worm, a thread jumps out of the facility and spools in front of you, releasing its data like ink and water. Sleeper. Feng's voice crackles through. Moving in. Nodes, then ports, a word of interference. Slot the worms. Timer starts now. Stay safe. The thread dissipates. You are on your own now. Consec F1. Oh god. I should have. The way I literally don't even have dice for this. Great. At least there's no hunter for it. And then here, the service dock. These progress. Feng's main terminal shows you how far he's progressed through the facility. The deeper, the better. Conway extraction. A timer on the terminal shows how many cycles you have left to get the data you need. Come on, Feng. Okay. So we will definitely do that when we come back. Let's get some money. Nice. And then we'll do... I think Rabiah has the Intuit energy. We'll just try it. Nice. Nice. Almost have the Yatagon Insider thing done. We should be good to rest then. Alright. We do self-repair. And that won't help a lot, but get one extra day with that. 4 dice, so that's good. Alright. Please be a good roll. Please be a good roll. Nice. 6. 2 4s and a 5. Okay, this is way better. Let's finish the compressor. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, okay, I'm confused. I don't think we still have what we need for Feng here, though. That's kind of the shitty part right now, I suppose. Let me see. I need 3 and a 2, and I still don't even have those 2. What the heck? This is so annoying. Okay. Oh. All right. I think I'm gonna do this because I really could use some energy. Nice. All right. Let's go to the compressor club, finish this up. Hey, they're never gonna release my debt. The shits. Ethan kicks out a locker and the sound rattles loudly around the room. Ethan paces around the small room, swearing to himself. You watch him from the locker room bench. Calm down, they'll do it. Ethan laughs. There's no way. He spits on the floor, an old habit. They like having sniveling little shits like us to work their club. Saves on the overheads and they get to boss us around. He kicks the locker again and swears. What did they say? Some shit about getting back to me? I swear to God, these are the most straight edge gangsters I've ever seen. He laughs at his own joke. I can't do it. I can't spend another shift stopping spacers bringing nail guns into the club or pouring endless shots of Garol for ignorant Haven Age work crews. He looks at the locker again, threatening it with the final kick. I mean it. I'm going to go up there and shoot every single one of those shits. He makes a finger gun. Hold on. Don't get all excited. I haven't got my gun, remember? He starts tasting, but you know, Sleeper, that's not a bad idea you have there. I don't have an idea. He ignores you. I don't mean shooting up the place. I mean getting the gun. He sits beside you on the bench. Think about it. What am I supposed to do when Maywick gets here? Shout him down? I need that gun if you want me to keep my end of the deal. It's true. It's simple. An explosive personality for a distraction at the front. He places a hand on his own chest. A sneaky sleeper or to go in the back. He pats your chest. What about the debt? We've done our time, and the wounds they faded. If they didn't notice us take the gun, they'll never know it's gone. Plus, he stands up. After my distraction, they'll be happy to see the back of me. Ooh. Or they'll want you dead even more. Either works. At least I never have to see the inside of this shithole again. He gives the locker one last kick for good luck. Let me know when you want to do this. Then we both move as one and meet up in the bright market after. But don't take too long or I really will shoot this place up, he grins. You'll know I'll do it. So what's it gonna look like? Grab the gun? Question mark? You know where the lockup is and Ethan's gun has been there since the bartender took it. Time to take it back. We might as well do it now. Grab the gun. The gun tucked safely into a pocket. You work your way down the stairs that lead up to the office. A doorman passes and you exchange nods. It seems like you're in the clear. You hurry on, eager to get out before anyone spots anything. As you come down the main stairway into the front of the club, you see Ethan entering. He has a dark look in his eyes which troubles you. He's reaching into the pocket of his coat, slowly, carefully. You catch his eye and he raises an eyebrow. You shake your head. A long pause, then he nods and turns around, walking back out of the club. You exhale, not realizing you are holding your breath. And then you are out, without a single shout, without anyone noticing. You meet Ethan around the corner on a quiet, bright market walkway. You have it? He looks nervous. What are you doing back there? I was about to start a distraction like we agreed. He sighs, just show me. You lift it out of your pocket and it is colder, heavier than you expected. Ethan watches you take it out. Nice. Now, if you would, he beckons with his hand. A memory jumps into your mind of Ethan in the compressor, hand out, asking for his gun back. A memory followed by the memory of a sharp, dizzying pain. You flinch. Give him the gun. Ethan eagerly grabs it and looks down the sights. He sighs a sigh of relief. Then he meets your eye and slowly raises the gun until it's pointed directly at your head. Not funny. You still don't get it, do you, Sleeper? Ethan spits. When they canceled that contract, I lost everything. My reputation, my payout, any way of getting off this shitty station. Everything. All I had left is you. He grins. A naive little sleeper with a heart of gold. I couldn't believe it worked, he laughs, and now we are done. But the contract is canceled. No shit. Ethan steps back a little, take himself out of arm's reach. He slides a slate out of his jacket pocket with his other hand. Now to call Maywick. Are you crazy? You're a crazy Sleeper for thinking I'd kill one of my own for you. For what? Helping me wash dishes? He laughs, long and loud, and you hate him for it. He prods the slate. Done. He puts it away. He's here, you know, on the station. I've been speaking with him. He tells me we can split the contract, not 50-50, but enough for a finder's fee that I can get out of this shithole. He's lying. At this point, Sleeper, I'm not sure you're the one who I'd trust to spot a lie. He winks. Ethan glances around. I've learned one thing from you, though, Sleeper. In all our cycles working in that shitty club, he smiles. People never know when to cut and run. It's like they freeze in the headlights when the future's bearing down on them. They watch it coming, watch their death flying in at fraction drive speed. You had every chance and yet you still kept on going like some idiot robot, going through the motions even when you knew you'd be crushed. He smirks. And let me tell you something else. The shot enters through his upper back and crumples immediately to the ground. Oh! You drop to without thinking, pressing yourself to the walkway floor like it might save you. Silence. Oh. You look up and see him coming down the walkway, silent, eyes alight. Maywick. You freeze in fear. Here it comes. You see it just by Ethan's crumpled body, the gun. Move. You can't. Move. You inch forward. Move. You go for it. You run forward and a shot sounds out. You feel ripple over your back. Then your hands are on the gun and you scramble to your knees behind Ethan's body and fire. You close your eyes, you fire again and again and again until the clip is empty and all that are left are clicks. Then you drop the gun and stand up. You don't hear anyone running, you don't hear anything, you just hear the sound of your own breath. You start walking, stepping over Ethan's static body, walking along the walkway, and then past Maywick, his eyes now dark, some mechanical fluid leaking from his chest. Perhaps the same fluid that is inside you. Oh, this is so crazy. And he's like his own sleeper. Okay. You try not to think about it. You keep going, and the sound comes back. The eye comes back. And as it does, you hear the sound of thousands of people getting on with their lives. Thousands of people who are just going to keep going until they can't anymore. You look up, and all you see are the wheeling stars. They're spinning, and you are suddenly dizzy. Though the eye has always spun like this, hasn't it? And you don't stop walking. You keep going. That's all there is now, the path forward. S and ARP have left you no history, no past to speak of, just a void that threatens to swallow you if you slow down. You think of Ethan's smile, his voice, and feel sick. Is it over? You aren't sure it ever can be, but you're still here and you can't stop now. There has to be a better end than this. Wow. That writing was so good. Witness a lifetime of bad decisions catching up with somebody. That's the achievement I just got. I don't know if y'all see the little Steam overlay thing. And I got an upgrade point. We're gonna save it. Wow. That was crazy. Let's get some more money again. Maybe we'll get some girl this time. Nice, finally. All right. We'll rest. Wow. I can't believe he... I don't know if Ethan's actually dead or not. You wake from dreams of Maywick's amber eyes floating in a pool of dark fluid. It was difficult to get sleep, and you suspect that it isn't about to change anytime soon, not after what happened. But you also feel something else as you get up, thumb the power stud of the stove, and begin to boil the water, like every morning. You feel something has lifted, something that has been hanging over you since you arrived on this station. You try not to think too hard about it, to question it. You just let that lightness stay, let it settle as you go through your routines. Your hope is that if you don't focus on it, don't look at it directly, it won't get scared and leave you. That the lightness will stay for this cycle and then another, and then another. Because after all that's happened, a little lightness would be nice. Aww. Alright, we got 2 6s. That's about to move out. We got Lem. One more day before I gotta go check on him still. God, I'm not getting what I need. Okay, we need to go make money now. Because I'm not getting bad dice rolls and I need it for this thing with Feng. You know, maybe if I help Rabiah here, I could get some, maybe she'll give me something that I need. I think I'm just gonna do it again so I can have a talk with Rabiah. That way we can finish this, and then maybe tomorrow I can go finish the thing hunting that guy for Ankhita. All right. Rabiah. This time you meet inside Rabiah's office, although now that you've seen it, office seems like the wrong term. You find her stood in an almost bare, shadowy unit, midway through a sequence of stretches. There are 2 low stools and a terminal in the corner, but it seems that most of the space is taken up by a heavy punching bag, rubber matting, and a stack of weights. When Rabiah turns to greet you, you realize she is missing an arm. The prosthetic she usually wears is set in a cradle near the terminal, a web of colored wires running to it. Updates, she says, noticing you looking where her artificial arm usually is. Nothing to worry about yourself. Nothing to worry yourself with. Sorry. Of course. Sit, says Rabiah, gesturing to the two diminutive stools. You both settle on the stools, Rabiah crossing her legs on top and sitting straight backed. Gia told me you have been doing the rounds, collecting ties, patrolling the ward. She smiles. Some of the enforcers are impressed, and I hear you handled a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done. I wanted to see for myself. She raised an eyebrow. See what for yourself? That the stories are true. I see. Rabiah flexes her neck side to side. And the conclusion? Still deciding. Well, sleeper, Rabiah says teasingly, please keep us updated on any progress. She smiles a thin smile. Well, sleeper, Rabiah says teasingly, please keep us updated on any progress. She smiles a thin smile. Joking aside, I know that for you, life on the Eye has been a struggle, but I hope we can do something about that from here onwards. Though some of our members may not see it this way, I know you two are a refugee. She looks at you solemnly. That is why you have come to us. Enough, Rabiah. Oh. Okay, I cannot believe Sabine just jumped in like this. This is crazy. Sabine's voice cuts through the conversation. I am tired of listening to your affected nobility. They cross the room. Rabiah's baton in their hand, the end lit with sparkling electricity. Ooh. Rabiah looks between the two of you. I suppose this ambush was another cooperation between you two? She looks strangely unfazed. Stay silent. No, they are acting alone. Yes. Oh. Now let's be honest. Basically, Yatagana is a mafia group here on the station, okay? Sabine helped me, just straight up, and only asked for money after. And Rabiah expects me to think I'm one of the good ones, and I'm out here literally telling people to pay up for protection. I mean, to me, they're basically a police force. And I don't like police. But Sabine worked for SNR and didn't tell me. Huh. Just fuck it, let's say yes. I'm on Sabine's side. Rabiah smiles as Sabine moves closer with sudden intent. Sabine reaches Rabiah as she rises and whips the baton around and meet her throat. Both freeze, Sabine holding the baton out, the end shaking a little, and Rabiah fixed in place in front of it, leaning away from its sparking tip. Stop. Why should I? She believes she holds power over both of us. Sabine holds steadily. Now I can finally show her she does not. Your debt is with Yannick, Rabiah stutters. Don't be a fool. This crusade will be your end. Sabine grits her teeth, and for a moment, you think they are about to touch the baton to Rabiah's exposed throat. But slowly, deliberately, they press the tip downward, forcing Rabiah to recoil back onto the stool. Sabine drops their arm to their side, but does not turn the baton off. Sabine, tell her. They both look at you, each still catching their breath as if they had forgotten about your presence. What's the point? Sabine breathes heavily. She refuses to listen to criticism of the great Yatagan project. Rabiah collects herself. Speak. She folds her arms and waits to be convinced. Sabine takes a breath, organizing their thoughts. They go to start, pause, then decide on another approach. Eventually they say it. Yannick is a traitor. Rabiah immediately flinches. Her eyes go into her prosthetic arm, her muscles clenching, but she rides it out, more eager to prove Sabine wrong than she is to hurt them, at least for now. When I came here from SNR, they glance at you, gauging a reaction. It was Yannick who was one of the first to support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Sabine turns to you. Sleeper. They take a breath. I know that should have told you I worked for SNR long ago, but I thought you would abandon me, and you're my final friend. What you should know is that I left SNR because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the Sleeper program, on the illegal and immoral practices it relied on, to the press. SNR wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could to this refuge at the edge of the surrogate systems. Sabine stops to collect himself. What does that to do with Yannick? Rabiah interrupts. The Sleeper knows you're SNR. I told him. And while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know that you worked on the Sleeper program. Yannick told me as much. Sabine's face falls. It is true. They glance at you and then away, ashamed. They lift their head. But it is Yannick, not me, who's in the pocket of SNR. Rabiah flinches again. I can prove it. He made some kind of deal to keep me here, to tie me up in debt, to lock me away. In exchange... Rabiah slams her hand on the desk. Just tell us, for God's sake. In exchange for those, Sabine finishes, nodding towards Rabiah's prosthetic arm in its cradle. He's been using Yatagan enforcers, using you as test subjects for SNR technology. Oh, I remember now. Okay, I was like, what are they telling me? I forgot that Yatagan is surveying their uses for their biosynthetic pieces. I have the data to prove it. He has been bringing them under the guise of stolen shipments and having me fit them, knowing each one is capturing data and sending it back to its makers. Rabiah's fixed expression has started to fade. Sabine produces a slate. It's all here. Thousands of hours of usage data, failure rates, error dumps. These are untested implants, Rabiah. They could short out, fail, cause... Sorry. They could short out, fail, cause cascading failures across a person's body. And they have. Sabine suddenly looks incredibly tired. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. I have tried to fix hundreds of failures in my time here. Not all of them. They stop, unable to continue. Rabiah closes her eyes and breathes in. Then she opens up again. She holds out a hand to Sabine. Show me, she says. Later, much later, when you leave, Sabine is still taking Rabiah through the manifest and usage data. Both of them crowded around the terminal as Sabine leads Rabiah through each layer of Yannick's betrayal. As you leave, Sabine catches your eye and something passes between you. Something like a thank you or a sorry or some other expression that communicates both sadness and hope. Oh, God. This story is so good. Okay. So ancient nodes give you double data rewards, instant karma, reroll your dice once per cycle, or obsessive haggler. All cryo actions are discounted by 20%. These are our options. Oh, the Intuit and Engage ones are so good. I'll probably do obsessive haggler. If I can get a discount on everything, this just seems good to me. I mean, like, let's go see how much ship drop mine now costs. 240. That's a huge discount. All right. 64 for some stabilizer. Ooh, okay, let's go sell the order exchange, some components. Nice, nice. Go ahead and get some stuff from the dispensary. Got some stabilizer. Noise, noise. Alright, let's go to my container, take my stabilizer. And then tomorrow we should have a nice hefty day of helping out Feng, because we need to. Alright. Let's go to sleep. Okay, finally. Okay, we gotta go back to Feng like right now. Oh, and Lem's there. Okay, we'll come back to Lem too. Okay. Oh, there's so many branching storylines going on right now, and they're all so good. Oh my god, I love Sabine. I'm glad Rabiah and them are working together now. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, because we only have 3 days left. That's insane. Okay. La 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 la. Okay, we got a 2. Bypass. Track data. Port located. My Ripper Warman. Do this again. Security layer alpha disabled. The Ripper Worm creates its feedback loop overloading the security system. 2 more. 4 and a 2. Extract that data. But the S layer nodes need to be extracted before the port will open. Is there time? Oh, we got this. 3 and a 5. Okay, I don't have that. How much progress have we got? Oof. Okay, let's go do this thing for Ankhita here. Nice. All right, let's go get some more money too. We could get another girl cap. Nah, I feel like money should be the focus here. Let's cross the rim. Oh, and then we have Lem and Mina as well still. Oh, and what's this here? Enemy of my enemy. Rabiah and Sabine have been holed up in her office for a while now. What are they planning? Alright. Pastor's table. We saw the Mainline Freight Hub. Tambor Tea House. I think it was the ore exchange where I could get a good amount here. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, and I forgot. That ship should be at the hub now. Let's see if it says anything here. Yes, side rail dock. Scout the dock. The side rails being loaded and prepped among all the commotion, it's possible to find a way on board. You hope against hope that there's a chink on the side rail horizon's vast armor. Interesting. Gotta do some stuff for money over here. Oh. Oh. Didn't mean to do that. Nice, got some money. Alright, and I've just got a 1 left. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I mean, we could help out the overlook, get this engineer thing going. Last possible thing I could think of. Great, awesome, cool, phenomenal. Alright, let's talk to Lem and Mina. There's no answer when you buzz Lem's unit, but the door is open. You push the door and find Mina sitting in the middle of the floor, playing with Bun Bun. Hi, Mina. Hi, robot, says Mina sullenly, waving Bun Bun's paw without looking up. How are you? Bun Bun is sad, says Mina, nodding the toy's head in agreement, like Daddy. Look around the unit, it is a mess, dishes and glasses on the side, some of Mina's clothes piled up in a corner. Mina's sitting by her bag, which is spilled out across the floor, her drawing slate cracked and dark. Play with Mina. You sit down beside Mina and she turns away, taking Bun Bun with her. But after a little while, she turns back and you play together. She insists you both Bun Bun on a trip away, dragging the stuffed rabbit across counters and surfaces. You just started to look at fixing Mina's cracked slate when Lem enters. Sleeper, what are you? He pauses and looks from you to Mina and back again. Never mind. He drops the bag by the door and slumps onto the couch. Everything okay? Lem lets out a weak laugh. You forgot the past few cycles now too? Wish I was so lucky. He looks away at the open door. Look, now's not a good time. I want to help. Help? Unless you have a side rail ticket or 2 on you, I don't think there's much you can do here. He pinches the bridge of his nose. I understand they never even put us on the list, right? I've been all around the room looking for work and I've run into more than a few from the cruise. It turns out only long-time Haven Age members were issued those Salvus ID numbers. They never planned to consider us. Fuck. Haven Edge say they didn't know that was what they were going to use to make the draw, and who knows, maybe Salvus pulled the wool over their eyes. But what does it matter? All those hours in the yards for a hand-to-mouth wage and nothing else? He slams his hand down on the sofa. That can't be it. Well, it is. He looks at the open door again. They're moving the side rope the hub now, you know, he says without meeting her eye. That's where it'll depart from. They're bringing in a ship with all their cryo-sleep pioneers and transferring them up there in microgravity before loading the crew. We could sneak aboard? You think they're just going to let people on board? The security they'll have has to be impossible. He looks over at Mina. Look, we'll be fine. We always have been. I just need a little time, he sighs. We had our hearts set on this trip is all. Mina comes over and climbs in his lap. He smiles. What if I got you on board? I missed you these past few cycles. I missed the optimism. Lem strokes Mina's hair. Look, you want to go up to the hub and ask around, be my guest. I can't get up there with Mina down here, and I'm sure the side will bring in a crowd, but be careful. This kind of thing always attracts scammers and thieves. You find any way on board, you take it. You need help to get there, ask me. But for now, me and Meanie here are sticking to the eye. She looks up at him and smiles. I'll find a way for us all. Lem smiles but doesn't say anything. You stand to leave and Mina grabs your hand, eager to give you one more smile. Then you're out, back in the walkways to the low end, already thinking of plans to make this right. Aww. So I wonder now if that's got like a, hey, you've only got this much time to do this thing for Lem. Doesn't seem like it. All right, let's go rest. What did I need for that other one? I think it was a 5 and a 3, was it? My God, I am so unlucky with this stuff right now. What is going on? Oh my God. I need to help him. I need to help him. I need to help him. This is so effed up. Let's help out distillery here, and then oh, you know what? Let's go finish Ankhita's thing. Trying to think what I can do next. Nice. All right, leave. Ankhita. The trail ahead extends deep into an overgrown section of the greenway. At this far end of the ring, where the long, lazy curve of the greenway becomes the shattered landscape of the wastes, things are oddly quiet. Ahead stands a vast farm stack, broken from its axis by rust or force, and lying amongst the overgrown landscape like an ancient temple. It is stained with moss and algae, flows of green running out from its broken tanks like a frozen, brackish tide. This is where Ashton is hiding. You're pretty sure. All your intuition points to the shadows beneath this collapsed superstructure. You roll the comm headset Ankhita gave you in your palm. Call Ankhita. You slip the headset into your ear and it fizzes with static. After a few moments, you hear Ankhita. Sleeper, have you located the target? A doubt enters your mind. Can you be sure he's there? No. Hold. Copy. Hold tight until get there, but static cuts out. The channel dead. You hold your position and watch the trail. Ahead the stars wheel with the motion of the eye, and your mind wanders. You try to imagine what this place looked like before the collapse. All ordered rows of crops, corporate pleasure gardens, glowing farm stacks. Now it is a wilderness, a strange overgrown biosphere bordered by the void of space. You smile. Despite everything, it seems like an improvement. Sleeper, Ankhita's hiss brings you out of your reverie. He in the collapsed stack? I think so. She gives you a look. You better be right. Whoa. Well, there's no way I'm following that trail. If he's up there, he'll have eyes on that for sure. She glances across the landscape. Let's keep to the undergrowth, work our way around. She heads off towards the central spine of the greenway with you following close behind. It is slow going there, where the overgrowth meets the metal wall, but it is so concealed that you can barely see the glass roof high above. Ankhita somehow seems to know where to go. Ankhita works her way through the dense undergrowth, pushing aside branches and fronds. It is exhausting, and you desperately want to rest, but Ankhita shows no signs of letting up. Up ahead, there is a faint glow from the collapsed stack. Ankhita leads you around the side to a broken tank. You both step through the opening, trying to avoid the broken glass that sits among the moss and algae. You work your way up the slated tank, Ankhita setting a deliberate pace. Somewhere water drips, and you swear you hear birdsong. Hanging plates catch the light, coating the place in a pale and sickly green. Wow. Ankhita reaches the edge of the tank, where it meets the central drum, and holds up a hand for you to stop. You inch forward and look over the edge. The vast drum is like a cistern, with plants growing on all sides and wet mossy islands at its base. It is beautiful, and for a moment you can't see anything but tones of green. Then you see the sleeper. What? In a faint circle of light descending down through the drum, the sleeper lies slumped at an odd angle. They're surrounded by crates, and beside them, on one of the mossy islands, there's an object, a cylinder set on a tarp. It is connected to the sleeper's head. You flinch. Are they one of the others? One of the ones that escaped with you? You squint, trying to recognize them. They're twisted, broken, open, wrong. You look away. Ankhita doesn't look at you. She doesn't look at the sleeper. She fixes her eyes on the object. That's Amber's ship mine, she says, and you suddenly recognize the cylinder. Wait. You turn to Ankhita to speak, but she is already gone. She drops off the edge of the tank and lands on one of the mossy islands, her armor letting out a hiss as it absorbs the impact. The shot hits her shoulder piece, the ceramic armor cracking but holding as she braces into the impact. Then she launches herself forward, the now activated armor launching her across the drum. Another shot goes wide before she reaches the cover of the crates beside the sleeper. Shit. You hear this shout from one of the tanks high on the far wall. Ankhita reaches over and wraps a hand around the thick connection between the ship mine and the sleeper. What is she doing? You better come down here or I'll rip this right out of their head. She screams at the wall of the tanks. You shiver at the suggestion. Stop. Quiet, sleeper, Ankhita shouts. A shot rips through the moss beside you, filling your vision with green. The shooter must be somewhere on the other side of the tank. Do that again and I swear to God I'll tear their head off. Ankhita shouts to them. Sleeper, you stay down. There's a long pause. All you can hear is the dripping of the water running down the walls of the drum. Then Ashton calls out. I'm coming down, Ankhita. Don't do anything stupid for God's sake. He appears at the far side of the drum, stepping through the shallow water. Rifle raised above his head. Ashton, disgraced mercenary. Oh. Drop the gun, Ankhita shouts. He throws it down onto the moss. As you lean out to watch, you see him catch your eye, clocking your presence. What are you up to here? What are you up to here, Ashton, you sicko? She stands, keeping her sidearm trained on his head. You ripped my ship mine for what? Some freakish experiment? Ashton approaches with shaking hands, his eyes now fixed on the connecting bundle of wires that Ankhita still has hold of. Steady, Ankhita. It isn't like that. I needed the ship mine. You have to understand. They would have died without it. What are you talking about? I don't give a shit why you ripped my ship mine and crippled my ship. I should put you down right now. She tightens her grip on the connection. Typical of you, Ankhita. No curiosity. Ashton smiles shakily. That's why I never asked for it, for your help. You only look after yourself. He nods at you. That sleeper up there? They're just bait, right? To draw me out? Ankhita sucks a breath in. Are you trying to give me more reasons to shoot you? I love them, Ankhita. Ashton looks at the crumpled sleeper. I love them and they were going to die. I knew you would never understand that. He starts closing the gap between himself and Ankhita now, slowly inching forward. Don't do that, Ashton, Ankhita snarls. Don't do that. Let the wires go, Ankhita. Let us go. If you don't get out of my way, he inches closer. Please. I can't let you take it, Ashton. Ankhita hardens her stare. You stole it from me. You left me for dead. She shakes her head. But we gave her a new ship mine. You think I'm going to trust you after all that? I need it, Ankhita. I need them to survive. Ashton is in reach of the sleeper now, of Ankhita. I'm going to take them now, Ankhita. He raises a hand. I'm going to take the ship mine and go. Ankhita loosens her grip on the connection a little. Her hand is shaking now. Stop, Ashton. She lowers the gun a little. Stop. Seeing her drop her guard, he makes his move. A blur of movement, a struggle, a shot, another. You recoil back behind the edge as they ricochet around the inside of the drum, the sound deafening you. When you crawl back to the edge, Ashton is bleeding into the water, the red and the green. Ankhita is standing at the center of the drum, the severed connection in her hand. The water drips endlessly, drip after drip after drip. You force yourself to look at the broken sleeper. There's no sign of life, of humanity. They're just another broken object among other broken objects, while all around living things grow and thrive. Ankhita finally looks back up at you, tears in her eyes. She begins to say something that might be, sorry, but you are already gone. Wow. Wow. Trying to think. The Overlook, the distillery. They got one more day until they're done. I feel like I'm missing something else. What else we got? We need to get to know Fist, improve the Overlook. To the A, find Ashton. Disable your tracker. I don't think we're gonna have that set though. Just do the Haifa stuff, I guess. New drive. When the Hive economy meets the needs of its members in exchange for work. Could you find a home here? Oh, all right. Got a 2 and a 1. I really don't know what I should be doing with these. There's endure. I really don't have good stuff for that. I think maybe we should go do some bar shifts. There's also Menji's. Risky. Nice. Got 2 more days until that returns. All right. So we're gonna sleep, and hopefully we can help Feng this next time. If not, I think I really just screwed over things with Feng. Let's see. Please give me a 3. Please give me a 3. What am I supposed to do? Okay, we got the Ambergris back over here. Ankhita's away. Amber's docked here at a rickety old jetty, but she's sealed up. A note says, "Sleepers stay, I'll be ready soon." Oh. I don't even have a 5. My God. What a whippoorwill, man. Anything, anything. Feng, I am so sorry, bro. I really fucked up. Alright, let's do this day, and I guess we'll see what happens in the next video. To Feng. Let's go talk to Rabiah. As you enter Rabiah's office, you hear voices. Is that Sabine? You push to open the door. Sleeper, what good timing. Rabiah calls out as you enter. I'm wanting to introduce you to someone. I bet it's Yannick. The man is standing at the center of the room, speaking quietly with Rabiah. He turns as you come in. Meet Yannick. Yannick. Ooh. That's a gun elder. Sleeper, he nods. Been hearing good things from Rabiah. He smiles an easy smile. Good to meet you. Likewise, likewise. He waves a ringed hand. Now, Rabiah, where were we? Actually, Rabiah places a hand on your shoulder. The sleeper was what I wanted to talk to you about. She doesn't spare you a look. What is going on? Well, okay then. Yannick tucks his hands into his pockets. Go on. I'd like to recommend them to your ward. A tiny pause. They have shown themselves to be capable ally here on the spoke side. We're more than enough to run our territories. I hear the main block is proving more difficult. Yannick leans forward slowly. It's a mess, Rabiah. He waits, his tinted glasses shimmering despite the lack of light in the unit. I can use them, he suddenly decides. Rabiah smiles. Good to hear. I can immediately. Yannick cuts her off with a raised hand. 1 second. He steps one surprisingly light step closer to you. You go to work, Sleeper? Yes. What kind of work? Let's see. Yannick nods his head as listening to music. Okay then, you suddenly are unsure if he's talking to you. That concludes it, Yannick pronounces. Sleeper can come work in the ward anytime they like. You shoot Rabiah a confused look. Rabiah finally glances at you for a moment, but it is so fast you almost miss it. Good. I know you'll be happy to work with Jan. Yannick reaches out and squeezes her shoulder. Sure, Rabiah, he says. Now please, he says, turning to face you. Let us old friends get back to it. He guides Rabiah away, leaving you standing alone. You look to Rabiah, but she is deep in conversation, and so, stunned and confused, you leave. Interesting. We got Yannick's ward. We're gonna get his trust. Looks like Yannick is a strange character, but he seems to understand the value of hard work. You'll gain his trust with time. Patrol the block. The massive block at the center of the low end is made up of layers and layers of units. Patrolling this vertical city is a challenge. Interesting. All right. Let's help with the still, I suppose. We can do so many things right now, actually. Okay, let's just go ahead and do this. Bet. Okay, I do want to run back. Oh, I got a random scrap item too. And let's go to the aviary. Ooh. Guess we'll work a little bit. Some money. Farm stacks. And maybe we can go back here to Minji's and get some energy. Nice. And one more die. God, I cannot believe I didn't roll a 3 die for like 3 cycles. What is this? I'm like so sad. I don't want Feng to go. Ugh. Okay. Ooh, I got energy and I am at 100. Nice. All right, let's go to rest, I suppose. We'll end the cycle here. And of course it wants to give me a 3 and a 5 a day. Slip into the cloud, but before you do, you already know it is too late. You try not to think of Feng buried deep in the waste, searching, but then something strange happens. A thread from the facility cuts through the cloud like a hairline crack of light. Feng did it alone. He cracked their system. Oh my god, thank god, thank god, thank god. You rush to it, cut into it, desperate for news, for reassurance, for anything. The thread flickers and unravels into an image, a scene. 2 figures in a room, one sat, the other pacing. The pacing figure resolves into Hardin, the unmistakable superior posture, the shock of gray hair. The second figure is restrained, slumped awkwardly in their seat, their head lolling forward onto their chest. You know before you look closer that it is Feng. I'll ask again, how did you gain access to this facility? You flinch, Hardin is questioning Feng. And yet, somehow the signal is cutting, though. Coming out of that deep place, not strong enough for anyone to find it, but strong enough for someone who's expecting it, strong enough for you. Feng lifts his head, a dark bruise shadowing one eye. I just walked off the street, he grins. Isn't this the tambour? Hardin barely reacts. I know you are behind the breach in the low end, Feng, and we have your equipment from your bay. Even if I let you go now, Haven Age would expel you just for that. He folds his arms. What would your parents think of you now? Giving up all their work and for what, some misguided crusade? He smiles. You work in systems, Feng, so I know you know this. The eye cannot survive. It cannot keep spinning. Feng's silence is painful. Is that true? Hardin approaches Feng. How long do you think Haven Age should continue to keep people in the dark? Should we wait until the ring stops spinning, until the air gives out? Feng speaks quietly. Dying here is better than living under the corporate control. Hardin raises an eyebrow. What an absurd sentiment. You're blinded by ideology. Ooh, okay. We got a little Zizek moment here. Sadly, your sickness is contagious. Haven Age is no longer strong, no longer united. No one here believes in Ireland's vision, nor has the strength to enact it. He crouches in front of Feng, and the people of the station, refugees, gangs, spacers, all either opportunists or degenerates. This place is a ruin, filled with squatters and outlaws. They will be lucky if it still spins in 100 cycles. Hardin stands. Conway will move forward with that reclamation. They will legally claim the eye as salvage under the Interstellar Salvage Act. Meanwhile, Haven Age will assist with the transport of the now illegal residents to Conway housing and labor facilities. What the fuck? Feng spits at him. Traitor. This is what the future looks like, Feng. We cannot relitigate the past over and over, just as we cannot lie to these people about the station's ability to support life. And how much do you stand to gain? Feng pulls up against his restraints. Stop that, or I'll call security back in to add to your bruises. Hardin goes to leave. This is the future leaving you to Feng. Say goodbye. Feng breaks free from his chair and rushes Hardin, shifting into a blur of anger and fear. The recording freezes and then begins to loop. You freeze for a moment too. Then you quickly gather the recording, pack it into a polygon of purest light. You rush to the relay, reminding yourself that Feng is in there, that Feng could still be alive, that this recording could have just happened, could have just finished right now. You lay out scenes in your head of the escape, his rescue, his victory. It only takes a second to place that polygon of data that recording into the relay system Feng prepared, and then you watch it as it bursts out, a web of threads heading out into the black to every network device on the Eye. You don't have time to think about the panic, about the confusion, not until the recording is well on its way, then it hits you. Is the Eye really heading for another collapse, or is that just another convenient excuse for a man like Hardin to build his fortune on? True or not, it is out there now, and Hardin and Haven Age will have to answer for it. How long will it take before they act, before they pull Feng out of that place? Your thoughts drift to the people of the Eye, to their lives. Each of them has known what it is like to be used, to be discarded, to be overlooked. That is why they came here. You realize now that you are no different than anyone else on the station, in Hardin's eyes. Each body here can be recast as a piece of property, a tool, an expense, an acceptable loss. In one moment, they can be named as citizens, celebrated, protected, and in another, the very idea of citizenship can be used against them. That is what it means to live in proximity to a system like this. No longer. While the Eye still spins, as people will decide their own future. Wow. Crack the toughest security system on the Eye? Yeah, I didn't do that. Feng did. Feng's Bay, Haven Agent Crisis. The building is chaotic. Most of it is in total lockdown. No one will give you a straight answer about Feng or Hardin. And then, we do have up here... What was the other thing? The merchant freighters here. Okay, I want to kind of get the ship mine fragment discount. Let's see what this is like. I kind of want it to be 100% though. 32? Wow. What is that? 64? We could do... Oh, but they only have 2. Right. Okay. I guess I'll have to wait the next round there. All it is money making time now, I guess. All right. We have to gain Yannick's trust. I'll probably come up here real quick. To the dock here. Really get some things done with the way on board. Let's do this. See what happens. Okay, great. Really, the only other thing I feel like doing now is going to help out at the bar. I mean, that's all that can really happen. Just do something else for some more cryo, I guess. Great. All right. Alrighty, well, thanks again, folks, for joining my gameplay of Citizen Sleeper. This episode was a little crazy. I really wonder if I was able to help Feng or not, because I did get a trophy for cracking the system, but I wonder if the dice were actually gonna like roll that way. I wonder if that was like the creator's decision, but I'm gonna do some research on that. Maybe I could have helped him and things would have been a little different, but now the station is a blur, and so next episode, hopefully, we'll be going to Feng's Bay. That's 2 days. We'll also be definitely talking to Ankhita because that'll be next cycle. So when I come back, I'll rest and the thing for Ankhita will be ready. I'm really glad a lot of things are starting to become cheaper now too. A lot of things. So now maybe I can start to focus more on the Haifa commune. I'll definitely be able probably next time to get a ship mine. I'm thinking about stealing more from the midline freight hub. Because, you know, that random item, I might get a ship mine fragment. I might not. I don't know. So, yeah. We will see. And then we can also, of course... I wish this person was selling just a ship mine fragment. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. But we'll see. All right, well, thanks again, folks. Hope to see you next time. Have a wonderful week.